Welcome to this session of Vlog. You will ask, what is Vlog? We actually thought of doing a blog, and then Pathik and his HR came out and said, how about doing a video blog? And he said, what should we call it? And then they said, call it Vlog, or it doesn't sound quite good. So we said, it's instead of blog, it's vlog, which is in a sense telling that this is the new way of communicating. So with that background, let me come to what I want to talk today. I wanted to talk about feeling, and let me for a moment step back and say, why feeling all of a sudden? About 18 plus years back, in 2000 beginning, almost like January 2000, when I started my first interaction with M&M, I was part of the tractor unit, and we wanted organizational transformation to be done because we want to be world number one. And if you are world number one, we must have an organization and an atmosphere which is befitting and which enables us not only to reach but to continue to be world number one in that sphere. So one of the key things I found as I went along is that what makes organizations great is not just people, but the feeling that they have in the business, the feeling that they have towards the organization, and the feeling that they have towards one another. I termed a new term, I coined a new term that was called Striling, Pulling and Feeling. That is, if you take care of the men, the women and their emotional needs in an organization, that organization would be world class. I will talk about the thrilling part separately and the need for diversity. Today I am going to focus on feeling. Why is feeling so important? I found that when organizations focused on IQ, they got very good, and that's the right thing to focus. But when the organization focused on EQ, or emotion quotient, suddenly they were able to create magic. And I recognized, and this is through inference, through seeing people interact, go through that journey, that when IQ and EQ meet, it's a mantra for success. That was the secret sauce for Tractor, but I'm sure it is the secret sauce for every organization. So what should we do in order to make that EQ or that feeling come true and come to life every day, 365 days and maybe 24/7? And if I were to answer that question, it comes in the song that comes that किसी की मुस्कुराहटों के वास्ते किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उठा, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है. And as we practice this concept day in day out, when I put a hand on the shoulder of the guy who is slumped because he is going through some problems, and I show I care, suddenly from an professional office it becomes a working home. We become part of a larger family, and that makes all the difference when we want to be world beaters. So thrilling, pulling and feeling, and may this feeling make us world class. Thank you for listening to this episode of Thrilling, Pulling, Feeling.